folks, welcome to, turn the sound down, the Whiskered Woodcarver. I'm Jeff C., a visual marketing and live video consultant, and this is the show where I carve for 30 minutes and talk to my friends. That's pretty much it. So today, and we have a topic usually, and today's topic is what are some of your most favorite brands? What have you seen out there that you really like, that they're doing right? Are they doing well during this time? Have they, changed their strategy? So I'd love to know what you guys' favorite brands are. And we're just going to go right to the carving cam. Ba-bam, there we go. And we've been working on this little snowman figurine, Mr. Snowman here. We're pretty close to being done. We actually started adding some of the detail around the hat. We're going to finish up and probably going to pull out some of my gouges today and get the spots for the eyeballs. And we'll be pretty close to being done, I think. So I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do next. But we may do some painting. We may paint up some. We got some of the projects I need to send out. Liz, her little gift. And by the way, this is what Liz is getting. See right there, look at that little snowman coming out. I mean, little Santa. You got to paint him. And but what we will probably do is, we're not going to probably do it. We will do it. We are going to we're going to go ahead and give this one away too. So when we get this done, the person who shares it out the most or does the most creative share, make sure you tag me in it, will win this little snowman figurine. So Eric's already given me some good stuff about brands. Yes, I've got to gouge his eyes out. Got to put his eyes in, actually. So Jimmy's over on Periscope. So Eric goes, have you ever seen what Zappos did? They have made their customer service a help. Yes, I saw, Jay Bear shared that out. So they have made their customer service a help for any topic you need, not just their stuff, or even just talk to them if you're lonely. Yes, I saw Jay had shared that, and I thought that was awesome that they're doing that as a service. So yeah, it's probably going to cost them something, but just think of the goodwill they're doing for this. Yeah, that's a great one, Eric. So I'm trying to think of a good brand that, one of my favorite brands. That's kind of hard. I mean, we have stuff we use. I mean, the brand that everybody's loving right now is probably Charmin. They just need more of it. So yesterday I just kind of sketched around where the brim would go, and I used a V tool to go around it, and then I'm just kind of carving down to it to make it kind of pop out a little bit more. So Eric says it may cost them some things, but they're paying their workers and they're building goodwill for their customers. Yes, I thought that's a great example. There we go. So I'm trying to think of another good, big brand. I mean, I gotta hand it to a lot of the grocery stores that are making these hours for even elderly shoppers. And so Bosch, car parts, shop tools, always top. I think I said that right. Is it Bosch? Is that how you say it, Jimmy's? BOSCH. Says car parts, shop tools, always top notch. Yeah, that's a good brand. I'm trying to think of. I mean, I like some of the little brands. I like, these knives, Helvey knives. I really like them. I just like some of the smaller companies. Some of the bigger ones are do well too. I mean, when I went to Social Media Marketing World and stayed at this Hilton, they treated me. They had special things, and I mean, I've never been treated like that before, and so I'll always try to stay there now. Okay, I said it right. Bosch. Yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know if I may have some of their tools. I'm not sure. I don't do much car stuff. So we're just cleaning up this little hat brim, trying to get a little bit of detail there. So I'm trying to think of another. There's been some, a brand that, and I talked about it and I showed it to Eric. I kind of think they're like the Saturday Night Lives of like Facebook advertising, and I don't know if, I mean, they're the Harmon brothers who did this deodorant commercial. It was so stinking funny and well written, and it was like 3 minutes long, and that's a ton of time to stay on a Facebook ad, but it is so good and so funny, and it's a musical, and I'm like, yeah, they get it. And that's kind of a brand that, like, I guess recently that I've just been super impressed with. My daughter really likes, and I've heard other people say this too, is Chewies, which is like the pet supply through the mail. If they donate stuff to shelters. If you return something, they'll just say, go take it to a shelter. If a pet has died, they do stuff. I mean, it's just amazing from what I've heard that they do. So that's a really good brand. It has a lot of customer loyalty. Here we go. Pretty good. Take a little more off here. See's Candies. Okay, Rittersport from Germany. Okay, yeah, See's Candies is good. There's another there's a local. Well, they're in Mount Pleasant, but I've done some stuff with them. Another candy company right now, Sweet Shop USA, and they actually took part of their line from making chocolates and are making face shields for the hospital workers, which I just think is so cool. And they make great candies as well. But yeah, See's is a good one. They have a great last name. All right. That's pretty rounded. Chocolate face shields. Yeah. They're cranking them out too. And I think they took some straight to Tyler, right to the hospitals. I think they're shipping them places, but even locally, they just, like, I know their family and their son took a bunch straight to the hospital in Tyler, which is cool. See, that's split right there, and that's bothered me. Man, that's just splitting. You can see that right there. I tried trimming off, and it's right there on the grain, and it's starting to split. So I may just leave it and make some other marks to make it look like it's an old hat. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna put some little imperfections in the hat, kind of like what I do on the. See, I'm making little notches. Kind of like what I do. I didn't do it on this one, but I made the brim a lot thicker, and this is starting to split a bit, so I'm going to make it look like it's supposed to be that way. So Eric goes, I liked a local place, Bad Dad Brewery, made a bunch of pizzas to feed medical workers at local hospitals. Hey, Just Jules 19, thank you for stopping by from Twitch again. Appreciate that. And for the follow. Not happy the cuts those splits are. Well, I'm turning them into happy cuts, Jody. See? It'll look like it's supposed to be that way. And I still have to do the scarf. Jimmy's. I just haven't got to it today. I kind of saved that to the end because I still need to clean up some stuff around, like the nose and the hats kind of thing. So I'm gonna put one bigger one right here. That'll look good when it's painted. All right, got that. I think the hat's pretty much done. So we may antique some of those cuts to make them look a little better. Yeah, I kind of like that. See, some things when they mess up, you're like, oh, that looks even a little bit better. Because you wouldn't put a brand new top hat on a Snowman out inside. It'd be like your old one that you had. There we go. So, yes, it's a well-worn hat, Sandy. Thanks for stopping by, Sandy. I appreciate it. As Scott says, can you make me a snowman about 10 feet tall? Would go nicely with all our inflatable snowmen at Christmas. Oh, Scott, you're one of those. My daughter always doesn't like those because, like during the day when people don't have them inflated, they all look like they're just kind of dead on the lawn. But you'd have to get, that would be a good chainsaw project. I could go after one of your trees. I'd love to practice chainsaw carving. And you're in Texas, so some weekend you'll hear early in the morning a chainsaw going, and you'll know, Scott, that's me. Yeah, it's a thing in the, so Just Jules says, it's a thing in the art world. If you make a mistake, repeat it, so it's a thing. That's what I did. It's a thing now. All right. So I'm going to clean up a little bit with some of my my tools. There's a couple ones that I really like to use. A little gouge here, and then this little skew right here. And it's really small, but it's at an angle, and it lets me get in there and clean some stuff up. So like these little fuzzies that will catch paint, I kind of try to clean those up a little bit. Just like we did on the penguin. And then I'll go in and do the scarf. So I need to kind of draw that out a little bit. There we go. Getting there. Clean up around. This is going to be interesting because it's a little... I don't want to split this out too much. There we go. So if you're just joining us, we're talking all about your favorite brands, what they've been doing maybe even during this crisis time. So Scott says about his snowman, I guess they melted during the day. Sandy goes, I'm enjoying watching. My 17-year-old likes woodworking, but he's not on Facebook. Yeah, it's probably because we're all us old people are on Facebook. It is on Twitch though as well, Sandy. I have a feeling if he's somewhere, he's probably on Twitch or Mixer. Move that out a little bit. Another one of my favorite brands, and I'll tell you because they know how to do community work, and then also employs a bunch of my friends, is Agora Pulse, the social media tool. Don't let me tell, no, especially like Scott or Eric, don't let them know, but I think it's a pretty awesome company, the way they treat their folks and their ambassadors and all sorts of things. Just don't let them know. Scott goes, he totally has some trees that he'd let me go with chainsaw carve. Well, being that I've never done it before, that's a bunch of big promise there. So actually, my son doesn't do social media. He's on YouTube all the time, learning how to do more things or watch cello pieces since he plays cello. That's very cool. How long's he been playing cello, Sandy? Yes, Sandy, you need to check out Agora Pulse. They also have like a training group that they are offering right now that you can get in. It's pretty awesome. My pal Eric runs that. There are so many different tools to learn about. There are a lot, but Agora Pulse is one of the best ones. So he's been playing cello for about 4 years. That's very cool. It's a cool instrument. Didn't that guy from Beatbox, the guy in Pentatonics that does the beatbox, didn't he play the cello? Didn't he used to like rap and do the cello at the same time? I think that was him. I saw do that. That's pretty cool. Yes. So Scott, Eric or Scott, go ahead and drop that link to the social media school in here so people can see that. Because Sandy is interested in knowing more about it. This looks pretty good. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can remember how to do this scarf. So I just need to draw around it a little bit. So it's hard to draw on a ball. I'll do the same thing as I did with the hat brim. So that's how far down I want to go. About there. It's going to have that and that. And we'll go down here. Have one longer than the other. That's kind of where that'll go. I mean, this is very rough. So it just kind of gives me an idea where to go. And then we'll get the old V-tool out, carve that down a little bit. So sharpen her up. There's not an easy way to sharpen these V-tools. I don't even know how long they actually last. So 4 weeks free on that Agora Pulse training. So go in there and check that out, Sandy. 2 cellos, yes, I've heard of those as well. Yeah, so Eric says this music makes him feel like he's at Puckett's, and that's a place in Franklin that, and in fact, Eric, I drink out of my coffee in the morning out of a Puckett's mug. And there's a conference that Eric and I would go to every year, and it's this great grocery store / restaurant / live music, and it's got some amazing food. That's a brand for you right there. The brisket mac and cheese is amazing. Yeah, I could go for some right now too. Ooh, see how that slipped off? That's why you wear a glove, folks. Yeah, miss you some AMC. I bet. I don't know. I just don't know when they're going to open movie theaters. Oh, good, Sandy. I'm glad that you that we're able to let you know about that. There's some good training in there. Some good people in there. Highly recommend. Hey, Shannon. Oh, snap. Look at the snowman. Yep. Try not to gouge my finger, but yeah, we're finishing it up. Oh, man. It was just really hard wood. Let's see if I can get some. Yeah. Puckett's Breakfast Buffet is amazing. Man, now I always do this right before supper. It makes me hungry. I'm trying to go really slow because this is really, really hard. And it's like trying to carve a golf ball without going into your hand. Kind of see it curling up a little bit, the wood in front of that, but another great brand, HBO, for making so much of their content free, even if you're a subscriber. Yeah, so I think some of these brands are being very smart about it, like Disney releasing like Frozen 2 early because all the kids at home. I mean, so yeah, I think they're being super smart about it. I think that I don't know what's going to happen with movies. I mean, I know they delayed like Black Widow and some of the other ones. Just don't know how long Hollywood can last. I know I was reading some of my producer friends are really struggling because they can't do anything right now. Just like that. It's hard to see, but it actually is a nice little groove in the wood. Then I'll take the knife and make that even a little more, so it's not just a groove in the wood, it's actually stands out, like we did with the top of the snowman hat. Oh man. Watch Jeff try not to stab himself. Stab myself and turn the snow a little red. Okay, so we've got the outline pretty much done with the V-tool, and now I'll take it in and start, kind of taking some wood away around it so it kind of pops out a little bit. Because that V-tool has a place where your knife now naturally will stop. Let me get my small one out, and it makes it easier to make sure you don't go cutting outside the lines. Yeah, a lot of it's inside Hulu. I don't watch much Hulu, honestly. My daughter does. And I don't. What's going to happen with the? Wasn't NBC going to announce they were doing the Peacock network or something like that? This one gives me a little more control. There we go. I'm just taking away the wood so it kind of raises up around the scarf and the top part of it. So something that looks pretty simple to do kind of sometimes can take longer than you think. So Sandy goes, got to run and get dinner going for the family. This was way fun to watch and definitely worth watching just to learn about Agora Pulse deal. Catch you later. All right, Sandy, thank you so much for stopping by. We're here pretty much every night except for Sundays. Allbirds gave away a bunch of shoes to hospital workers. I did not know that, Eric. Yeah, I love my Allbirds shoes. Wearing them right now. Or am I? About 3 minutes. Man, time has flown tonight. Alright, getting there for the scarf. We probably will have one more time and maybe work on a little other project before we paint this. I'm missing my pal Liz. She's usually here. She wins a carving and she just doesn't show up again. I mean, come on. There we go. It's about 2 minutes of our carving time today, and then we'll be done. Trying to think of a last brand that I really like. It does a good job. Guinness gave $500,000 away on St. Patrick's Day to help with aid. That's really cool. There seems to be a theme, Eric, to the brands that you like. Just saying. I always use this example. One of my favorite local brands is a snow cone place. They always they have when they run out, because they always run out, they have the last kid of the day holding up a thing that says sold out and looking sad and posting on Instagram. And they do a really good job of community, because everybody wants to share their picture of their kid out and everybody wants to be the last kid, and so it's just genius. AAA of Colorado is giving free roadside and tows to healthcare workers and first responders. Very cool, Jimmy's. That's awesome. Jimmy's over on Periscope watching. Yeah, Eric goes, his favorite brands are comfort, pizza, beer, shoes, and media. In that order, probably. All right. Looking good here. Liking the way this is turning out. We need to do a little more around the scarf area. Then we didn't get to the eyes. I should have teased it a little too soon. I forgot how hard it was to carve up these scarves. So, probably do that next time. But we're done. Awesome 30 minutes carving, talking with my friends. As always, we stop and sharpen at the end. Keep our knives sharp. And just do that a couple times. Keep them nice and buffed. And that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Eric, Sandy for stopping by. Jimmy is over on Periscope. All you guys, Scott for coming by. As always, I want to end you guys with 4 things to remember. Number 1, we're apart, but we're not alone. Number 2, we want to wash your hands. And number 3, hug them if you can. Hug those people around you if you're able to. And 4, pray for our doctors and nurses on the front line. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.